Hello everybody, welcome to Red Tool House. This video we're going to discuss riving. We're going to be riving fence posts, and I've been told that is the proper term. If you look in the dictionary, riving means to split or to rend in two. So I don't know why they necessarily use that word for fence posts, but that's what we're going to do. So we're going to be doing splitting some fence posts with wedges and sledgehammer. And we're also going to announce the winner of our July drawing, which is our Red Tool House hat. So here we go. What our game plan is today is we need fence posts. We're trying to expand our pig pasture, so we want fence posts. And we all know how expensive T-posts are. So I use those when they're useful, and of course try to keep from having that large expense. So one thing that you like is, I like looking at God's fence posts that he made. So here's a locust tree. This is a black locust, and it's a decent sized tree. It's probably 9 inches in diameter, but it's got a pretty good height to it. So I can drop this tree and I can split it with that diameter. I could probably quarter it, so I can be able to split it into fours. So I should be able to get 4 fence posts out of each section there. So you can see again with the height of this tree, you should be able to get quite a bit. So we'll put this on the ground, and then we'll detail how we split fence posts with our sledgehammer and a couple wedges. So why is locust such a good tree to use for fence posts? Well, it's just the way it's made. It can handle being in the ground and not rot out. You hear guys say that you can get decades out of a locust fence post and it not rot. I assume that to be true. Obviously, I haven't tested it yet. I do have some locust posts that probably going on 10 years, and they're still pretty solid. So what do we need to do? The proper term for this is riving, I guess. So if we're going to be grammatically correct, we're going to rive this into fence posts. So of course you got to have a pig audience when you do this. So what we're going to use is just simple tools. I got 2 wedges and a sledgehammer. You need a minimum of 2 wedges. Now obviously you could do more. You can see this one wedge, it's been around the block once or twice. It's kind of got the mushroom head going on there. I like it because it's just got a sharper bite to it. So I usually use it as my starter. And then this one is a newer wedge that I bought at one of the box stores. So it's got a less aggressive bite and actually wedges out quicker, faster. So it splits easier. So what do? Well, the first thing you want to do is your orientation. The cleaner the log, the easier it is going to be to split. This one I'm doing here, actually you can see it has a little curve in it and actually has a knot where it used to have a branch. So those things are always going to come into play. But what we want to do is you always want to start at the bottom. Imagine this is the bottom of the tree. You always want to start at the bottom and work up. A real simple way to describe how trees grow, of course, is like if you took cups and stacked them on top of one another upside down, like red Solo cups. If you stacked them upside down, that's how new layers added. So when you're splitting, you want to split from the bottom up so you can get a better control of your split and try to keep it where it needs to be there. So we'll start with our sharp, and I'm going to just center this up because, like I said, I may try to quarter this. We'll just see how it works out. So I'm going to start right at the heart. And I just drive that wedge home. So it's all the way through, and you can see my split is starting to twist on it, and you can see the split you can see the little bit of a twist in the bark as well. So you can sometimes try to steer this split with your wedge. Sometimes you get at that, sometimes. So I'm going to try this next wedge and send it home here. So you can hear that thing cracking. Let's listen for a second. You can hear it popping and cracking. So, of course, that's sending the second wedge in, frees up the first wedge. So we just keep piggybacking our process here. So I'm going to find an opening here. All right, so that one's separate. You can see this this knot here, this branch definitely gave me a bit of issue, and left my hatchet somewhere else, so my hatchet would have helped me clean that up. But the size of these posts, I'm not looking to, obviously I'm not keeping large animals in, I'm keeping pigs in with electric. So I'm not looking to have a huge heavy duty post. It's going to have high tensile or a lot of barbed wire stretched and all those type of things. So I have the opportunity, as long as I can keep it centered, I can try to split this again and quarter them. So you know, one log here gives me 4 fence posts. So that's what I'm going to try to do is quarter these now. And ideally, if you could debark them, if you had a draw knife or some other tools there to pull the bark off, and that's going to help the fence posts last even longer. So this is where I could turn the boys loose with a hatchet, prying that off and getting that cleaned out. But this is green. It can go straight in the ground green. In fact, I've seen smaller ones actually sprout again. I don't know if they would survive, but they would sprout next year as they get put back in the soil. The height of these, I cut these between 6 and 8 feet. Again, I'm only trying to keep in small pigs, so it's not like I got to have a super tall fence post. But I do want to leave them a little bit taller where I'm putting these, because this is going to be a permanent fence area. And if I eventually have larger animals, other ruminants, then the higher fence would be helpful there. So we'll try to quarter these next. Well, there we have it. We have 4 posts. They're a little crooked, but again, we're not building a clock here, so they'll go in the ground quite well. A little bit more knots in there than I like. A straighter locust tree had gone through a lot quicker. Now you can rive any species of tree. Usually you'll just find that, I gotta catch my breath here. Usually you find that some split easier than others. And I find locust to split pretty easy. It does carry that split quite a ways, so you have to hammer in your wedges a lot less. I've split a lot of poplar, and if you go back and look at some of my videos where I've talked about using poplar as fence posts, how that's a big no-no, but I was thinking I could save time and effort there since I was cutting down this poplar anyway. Why not go ahead and put it in the ground? You know, three years later it snaps off of the ground because it's so rotted. But if you want to rive anything into posts, whether you're keeping them above ground or you're using them as fence posts, then again, it's the same concept. You can do the same thing there. So we'll just keep splitting, and then we'll be ready to put fence posts in the ground. Well, there you go. That's how we rive fence posts. Now that we've riven all of our fence posts, we are going to stick them in the ground, and we're going to expand some of our pig pasture. So we'll have some upcoming video of that, of us setting those posts and stretching new electric fence for that purpose. We're going to take this opportunity to announce our July winner of our drawing from our email newsletter list, and we're giving away a Red Tool House hat. And to help us out with that, my oldest Liam, who's gone through a little bit of a growth spurt, is going to help us out there. You have the card there, Liam? Thank you, sir. The winner is Kevin B. of Charleston, West Virginia, right here in our hometown. So congratulations, Kevin. I appreciate it, Liam. Oh, you've got a little something on your face here. No, the other side. There, you got it. So we hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you have not, be sure to subscribe. We release a video every Friday. And we're also putting our Tool House tips out throughout the week. So we're on schedule to release 3 videos a week. That's what we're trying to do. We'll see if I can do that before I pass out. Actually, probably be able to do that before it starts getting dark in the evenings, because that'll shrink the amount of time that I can shoot. But be sure to check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Red Tool House Farm. And also visit our website, redtoolhouse.com. Again, if you sign up for our e-newsletter, you're automatically entered into our monthly drawings. I have not announced our August prize yet, but I will announce that in our next video. Well, all right, take care. Really hope Kelly will rive that piece of cake with me.